Hello, and welcome to the Writing Station's Handwriting Practice session. Today we're going to find out what those lines mean on our writing paper. Parents and teachers, you will need to click on the link in the description box to print out a copy of today's writing practice paper. In addition, you will also need crayons, a pencil, scissors, and glue stick. Just a quick note, parents and teachers, we work very hard to bring you high quality videos. Please don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to this channel. Very important. Thank you. Okay, boys and girls, let's get started with our lesson. Today, we are talking about our grid. This is what your writing paper looks like. Your writing paper has 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first line is called the skyline. This is the line at the very top. The next line is called the plain line. It has the dots or the dashes. It's a dashed line. It looks like a runway. The third line is called the grass line. And the last line is called the worm line. Boys and girls, you're going to need your crayons. Show me blue. We're going to color the first line for the skyline blue. When you think of the skyline, you think of blue. The next line is called the plain line. This is the plain line. We're going to color that line black. Show me green, boys and girls. Very good. We're going to color the third line green. This is our grass line. Green for grass. Our very last line is the worm line. We're going to color this line brown. When we think of a worm, we think of earth. Okay. So we have identified each line. The first line is our skyline. The second line is our plain line. The third line on our writing grid is the grass line. And the last line is the worm line. Okay, next what we're going to do, boys and girls, you're going to need your scissors. And we're going to cut out the pictures at the bottom of the page. And we're going to glue the pictures in the box next to the line that it corresponds with. The skyline will go in the box, on the first box. The plain line will go in the second box. And the third line will be the green box or the grass and the worm. So I'm going to cut. I like to cut all of my pictures out when I'm cutting. So I'm going to cut out all 4 pictures out. That way I won't have to go back and cut over and over and over again. I can do it all at the same time. And it doesn't have to be a perfect cut, boys and girls, as long as it's large enough to go into the box. We're going to color the pictures last. Okay, I have my pictures and I'm ready to go. Next, we're going to need our glue stick. So this is what I like to do. I like to take, and you don't need a lot of glue, boys and girls. I like to just take one swipe, one swirl, and that's it. Put my cap back on my glue. And the first line is our blue line. Blue is the skyline, our skyline. The second line, the dashed line, is the plain line. So we have the skyline, the plain line, the grass line, and the worm line. Okay, and there we go, boys and girls. So let's see. So far, we have identified and glued our pictures next to the appropriate line. The blue line is the skyline. The dotted line or the dashed line is the plain line. Then the grass line and the worm line. Very good. Okay, let's take a look at our letter. What letter is that? Say it again. Okay, E. We have the uppercase E and the lowercase e. What sound does the letter E make, boys and girls? Did you say e, egg, Exactly, that's the sound. Okay, now take a look at the numbers. We count the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. That tells us that it takes 4 strokes to write the letter E, to make the letter E. The arrows, what do the arrows tell us, boys and girls? Tells us the direction to go in. It tells us which direction to follow. Okay, so here we go. Number 1 tells us first to make a line from the skyline all the way to the grass line. Number 2 tells us to go to the top of the skyline of the line that we just made, and we're going to move to the right. You see the direction the arrow is pointing? That's the direction we're going to go in. And then we're going to go in the middle of the plain line, and we're going to move to the right. At the bottom of the grass line, we're going to move to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 strokes. Your turn. So you're going to go to the top where the skyline is, go all the way down to the grass line. You're going to pick up your pencil and you're going to put your pencil at the top where the first line is, and you're going to move over to the right. And then you're going to go to the plain line and you're going to move over to the right. That's our third stroke. And the last stroke is at the bottom or the base of the E. You're going to put your pencil at the bottom of the line and move over to the right. The uppercase letter is a skyline letter. It starts at the top, the skyline. The next letter, the lowercase e, is a plain line letter. It starts underneath the plain line. So let's look at our arrows. Our numbers tell us that this is, first you're going to make the middle line for the E first. You're going to move to your right, go up and around, see the arrow, and come around again. So let's try that. You're going to start just below the plain line, move to the right, go up Don't pick up your pencil. Go up and around. Keep going. And there. Just like that. So let's try it together, boys and girls. Just below the plane line, you're going to move in, out, and around. Up and around. Up and around. Now let's see if we can do this all by ourselves. We're going to start at the skyline, go all the way down to the grass line. Then look, number 2 tells us to go back to the top and move over. Then we're going to go to the center and move over on the plane line. We're moving to the right. And at the very bottom of the grass line, we're going to move over again. And now let's try the lowercase e. Remember, you're going to go just beneath the plane line. And you're going to go out and around and down. Out, around, and down. Very good, boys and girls. How did you do? Excellent. So let's do one more. Let's start at the skyline, go down to the grass line, go up, over to your right in the middle of the plane line, and then down to the grass line. Very good, boys and girls. Now we're going to make our E. Just below the plane line, and we're going to go up and over. Up and over. Up and over. How did you do, boys and girls? I know you did great. Okay, now we're going to color our pictures. The first line is blue because this is our skyline. I'm going to color the sun as well. The second line is our plane line. We're going to color it black. After the plane line is the grass line. That's the green line. After the green line, oh, and you can color your flower any color you want. The last line is called the worm line. I heard someone say, the worm line. That's exactly what it is, the worm line. There you go. Okay, let's just review what we've done today. We know that our writing grid looks just like this, our writing paper. The first line is called the skyline. That's right. Then the second line is our plane line. The third line is our grass line. And the last line is our worm line. Very good, boys and girls. See you next time.